You just saw his avatar in action during the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order panel. Now meet the man behind Cal Kestis. Give it up for Cameron Monaghan. Now that's a good reception, and they just found out what you're doing, who you're playing, like just a minute ago.
I know, it's amazing.
Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. Cal Kestis, he's a Jedi Padawan in hiding. Don't tell anybody. This guy's a Padawan. Can you talk a little bit about your character?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of covered a lot of what I can actually say about this up to this point, but he is a former Jedi Padawan on the run after the Purge. It's been a few years, and he's working as a scrapper, kind of scrapping old ships for the Empire to be rebuilt into their new fleet. He's on a planet called Braca, and it's sort of like a dead-end hole in the wall, and he's sort of just trying to stay low, lay low, you know. So he's in a pretty tough place, but he kind of gets forced and thrust into this massive adventure.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars adventure. It sounds like a good time.
It is.
Let's talk about how you kind of got into that role. You've done a lot of on-screen stuff. Is this your first time doing full performance capture and everything?
Very first time.
What's it like?
And last.
What's that?
Just kidding.
It's definitely a grueling task. Can you talk a little bit about that process?
No, it's really incredible. I had no experience with it up to this point. Like, I'd seen video, like the famous Benedict Cumberbatch video of him doing the Smaug thing and everything. So I had like some idea of what it was, but I almost perceived it was just going to be more of like, oh, we're just doing voiceover or something, and I didn't really understand the depth of what it is. It's a full-on performance that's being captured, and you can do something really subtle and beautiful and nuanced, and they gave me a really incredible story to work with and a great character, and so we've been collaborating to make this thing for the past 6 months, and I can't believe that people finally get to see it here.
It's going to be very cool, obviously. Yeah. You guys are excited? Now, this is the whole performance capture thing. There's something I love about that, and that's like, you know, you see a Star Wars movie, and so much of that is practical. There's so much of that's like you're sitting on actual crates, or there's an actual speeder bike or whatever. And in your case, you're in a virtual costume.
Right.
How is that for you? Is that supremely challenging?
It's strange. It's a huge imagination exercise, but at the same time, that means you're not necessarily limited by something like a set or clothes or that kind of stuff. It can be changed to reflect what it is that you want to do on the day. So it means we explore a lot. And ultimately for us, like, we are kind of kids playing make-believe with being able to do Star Wars, which is something that we dreamed about for our entire lives. So being in this room and doing this motion capture kind of feels like we're just playing and telling the stories that we really, really want to tell.
Well, we're excited to find out more about that. Obviously, you have to keep a lot of stuff a secret.
Yeah.
It makes interviews difficult. I imagine it makes your personal life pretty difficult, too. How do you go about, like, you can't tell your friends what you're doing? Like, what was that whole thing like?
I can't tell them anything. And it's been so frustrating for the last half of a year to be like, yeah, you're not going to be seeing me very often. I can't tell you why or what I'm doing. And I think they probably thought I was like an arms dealer or a drug dealer or something, because I was just like, yeah, it's very secret and you can't ever hear about it, ever.
Well, that's on brand. You're like, I'm in hiding from the
yeah.
Order 66. Did you get, like, when the trailer went up, did you get anybody texting you being like, oh?
Yeah, a lot of people. The whole stunt team for the game were all texted as well, and they were watching, and those guys are absolutely incredible what they've done. So I can't wait for you guys to see some of that stuff too. But yeah, a lot of the crew, and also, of course, my friends too.
That's very exciting.
And
now,
my mom. Hi, Mom.
There you go. Thank the stunt team and the mom. That's the trick right there. When you saw the trailer, like, what was that like for you? Had you seen all that stuff before? Had you seen like early versions? Was it sort of?
I've seen a lot of versions of it now as it's been kind of finalized. So I've heard my voice and seen my digital face far, far too many times. I kind of want to run away from it now. And like when I was on stage, there was this giant representation of the character model that was like like 50 feet tall, and it was just looming over me. I was like, oh gosh, that's terrible. I want to get away from that.
I feel like there's somebody who's already started work on cosplay as Cal. Are you prepared for that?
Oh, that would be amazing. That'd be so sick.
I saw you saying hi to Janina Gavankar a minute ago.
Yeah.
Who was, Iden Versio in Battlefront. We got any Iden fans? Woo! Yeah, so get ready for that. People are going to start dressing up as you.
I am personally going to try to take a picture with every Cal cosplay that I come across.
Very cool. Well, we are very excited to see more Jedi Fallen Order. That's what, November 15th?
November 15th, 2019.
It's going to be a long wait. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I can't wait to finally play the game. More Star Wars Show Live presented by Geico coming up in just a minute. Don't go anywhere.